wife loves going to the movies, so I bought her 3 date night movie passes. She'll be happy with that for her birthday. Love you, Carol.
Nothing says I love you like buying a gift for your wife that you also get to partake in. That's so nice, Ken. So not only do you get to go to the movie, but later on you told us that you told your wife to pick 2 movies and that you would decide which one you wanted to see most out of the 2 that she threw out there. So nice of you, Ken.
Hold on now. Your mother hasn't opened my present yet.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 34th birthday, Mrs. Homer Simpson. Happy birthday to you.
What? Don't worry. This frosting will come right off. Beauty, isn't she?
Well, it's hard for me to judge, since I've never bowled in my life.
Well, if you don't want it, I know someone who does.
Done. Gonna turn the lights down just a little bit more so it's not as bright in here. These things, you can kind of see through them a little bit. Not that anybody's over there. It is 4.3 degrees Celsius inside. I think it's -4 or 6 degrees outside with the wind chill.
Ken still doesn't understand how the weather works, especially when it comes to wind chill. Wind chill does not make the outside temperature colder. If it is -4 degrees Celsius outside, then it is -4 degrees. Wind chill just means that when you are standing outside, the wind makes it feel like it's -6. It doesn't actually make it -6. Like, that's a rather easy concept that grade schoolers understand, Ken. Like, Ken's the moron that thinks that if it's -10 outside, but it's so windy that it feels like it's -30, it's not really -30, Ken. The wind hitting you is what makes it feel as though it's the illusion, not the actuality.
So I'm just gonna heat this space up just a little bit with the heater here. Instant heat.
Raw deal. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ten after 9, and it's still 0 degrees outside. I was gonna check and see if I need to move my van. Superstore is pretty full. Parking lot's getting emptier.
And this is where the bald doofus starts to make it look dramatic, like, uh-oh, I better move the van because if I don't, I'm gonna get caught. Like, we all know that he's likely not staying in the parking lot in his van all night long. There's a couple of motels or hotels just down the street from the New Market Costco. That's probably where he spent the night. All nice and snug in some bedbug-infested motel room.
So my only worry about this spot is the fact that it looks like they pile the snow up here, and it is snowing now. I'm not sure how much more snow we'll get, and will the plows come at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to do this whole parking lot, and I'm in the way. Again, my only problem with doing these in the wintertime or anywhere near, or when it's snowing or whatever, I'm always paranoid that the trucks are going to come. I guess I don't mind getting up and moving, but I just don't want to be, you know, you're kind of hoping that you'll hear it somewhere else in the parking lot, and then you can get up, move the van so they can do this part of the parking lot. I don't want to get in their way. So
More pointless dramatic footage from Ken trying to play up that, oh no, I might be in the way of the plows and I could get caught. I mean, that's what he'd love to happen, but at the same time, he wouldn't. He's always playing it up one way or the other.
I see a bunch of cars over there with snow on them, so I might just go over there and take a little peek, but I just got to clean off this windshield because it is nasty.
You know that he played a couple seconds of Metallica there just to see if he could push the YouTube copyright algorithm, you know, the content ID system.
Almost there. Windshield's pretty much cleaned off. Let's go take a peek down there, and because there's a lot of employees that work the night shift, and me parking with them won't raise as much suspicion as me just being in the middle of this parking lot by myself.
Nah, Ken. It wouldn't be any more suspicious to park over by the employee cars so that they can come out and see some random van of someone they know doesn't work there just sitting next to them. Yeah, that wouldn't be suspicious at all.
If I don't think it's a good idea, then I'll put my car in that spot right here, because they don't pile snow there. They only pile the snow here. So that'll be my best bet. Let's move. I was thinking maybe even in this spot right here.
Yeah, parking in a handicap spot overnight would be even smarter when you don't have a placard for it. So that wouldn't raise any suspicions either. Granted, there wouldn't be anyone coming around to patrol the parking lot to hand out tickets at that time. But again, you'd have to actually be there overnight to begin with, which we know you're not.
But again, it's in the middle of the parking lot. I was also looking up places to have breakfast.
Hasn't even gone to sleep for the night, and he's already thinking about breakfast. I want some breakfast. 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 It's all about the breakfast, folks. But I don't eat breakfast. But I do it for you, for the YouTube channel, to make money, because I'm an e-beggar hack.
Although it'll be the same old boring eggs and bacon for you guys. See lots of cars down here. And it's kind of away from the main road too, which is good. It'll just suck when you get those late night truck deliveries, right? And they're trying to, just like this guy, he's gonna back up in a second and go down there. And there's a van over there. Not that it's a stealthy person, but it could be, you never know.
No, Ken. You damn well know that that would not be another moron in the back of their van sleeping in a Costco parking lot the way that you want to give the illusion that that's what you do. That you go to these places and you sleep in the the parking lots like the lot lizard that you aspire to be.
Oh my gosh, right between those two snow banks. Parking up against this rail would be a good idea, I think.
Ken, how could you possibly be out of breath when all you're doing is sitting on your fat ass in your stealth camper, your sprinter van, and driving, and you're out of breath? You haven't done anything physical besides move your hands around, and you are winded. If that isn't some sort of indication to you that you are perhaps rather unhealthy, then wow.
Perfect.
And then you just slam the gear shift back into park. Again, Rusty is having transmission issues. I can't wait to see what happens in your videos when you're complaining that Moose is having the same sort of issues, because you can't be gentle with anything that you own. Like you run the shit into the ground by just slamming stuff every single time you use it.
Now we can go to bed. Oh, nice warm bed. So warm. Teeth all brushed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Again, I found a pretty cool mom and pop breakfast place that I've been wanting to go to for 30 years.
What a lying sack of crap you are, Ken. You just said that you were looking around and you found a new place to go to. And now you're saying that it's a place that you've wanted to go to for 30 years? A mom and pop shop that you can't even say mom and pop properly? Like, oh my God, it's just ridiculous notion after ridiculous notion with you. You can't be truthful. You make it, sound like, oh my God, I wanted to go here for 30 years, and I never got to. Like, then why didn't you go, jackass?
Never been in this restaurant, but I'm figuring tomorrow is the day you and I get to go there for the very first time.
I'm good. Thank you. What? I'm good. Thank you.
Now, if that doesn't come off as creepy, I don't know what does, Ken. Like, you make it sound like you're taking us out on a date, and you might think that that's cool, but I'm just not that into you. This is definitely a it's you, not me situation.
Good night, guys. Time to hit the hay.
And now we get the obligatory nonsensical F-roll footage of Ken pretending to sleep in his van in the Costco parking lot all night long. Getting out and taking stupid shots of the tire and of the side mirror where you can see him in the reflection of the window, and then, the Costco sign. Oh, wow, that's so riveting, Ken. And then the front of the van, the hood. Oh, back inside for, showing the windshield. And then in the bed where Ken looks to have, like, restless leg syndrome. Should get that checked out, Ken. Because I suspect you probably also have sleep apnea. And then back outside where then he shows night to day where he couldn't even stand in the same spot. The end.
Good morning, guys. It's 7:30 Wednesday morning. And, this probably wasn't the best spot in the parking lot because trucks, as you might be able to hear right now, are running. And they started coming probably at around 6. The big truck that was here, he was probably here for a little bit. And then maybe around 12 or 1, the snow plows came but they managed to do the area pretty quickly and move on. So it just woke me up for a second. So I had a pretty good night's sleep.
I hope you remember to give the hotel a nice review on the website.
The electric blankets were awesome. Kept me nice and warm. It's -1 outside with a wind chill of -3, so it's not as cold as -23, which we've experienced. I can't see my breath, so I don't know what temperature it is in here. I'm gonna get up, get changed, and then we'll get to Riverview Inn and restaurant and see what they've got for breakfast. We just ran out of power in the van. The electric blankets used it all up, so no lighting. Wow, it says 8%. That's my only source of light right now. It's down to 66%. It was weird because I still had power in my 2 batteries, but it wasn't letting anything work. So I realized I had set it to not discharge less than 10%. So at least we've got another 5 hours if we wanted to. So a little emergency backup power, I guess. That's gonna work. Didn't snow too crazy last night, which is good. Got some heat going. And it starts. That's a good sign. And it's 2.7 degrees Celsius in the van.
Giant redwood, the larch, the fir, the mighty Scots pine. What about my bloody parrot? The smell of fresh-cut timber, the crash of mighty trees. With my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesday I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
Wait for the windows to defog a little bit and then we're out of here. It's foggy out there. $7:54. That restaurant opens up in 6 minutes. So let's get going. About a 10-minute drive north. Thanks, Camp Costco. I enjoyed my night.
It's just a shame that you didn't actually stay there, though. And more of Ken's obligatory filming, holding his camera while he's driving on, busy streets. I hope you get nailed one day.
There it is, Riverview Restaurant. Oh no, it says it's closed. Well, I see people in there. It is 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna park for a minute, see if they open. I see a guy cooking or something in the back. Check that out. Bacon, ham, or sausage. Just gonna let it run for a little bit. Wait until lights come on or something. There's now a car to my right, car to my left. There was a car on the other side that was running. One parked car, which is probably the employee, cook or owner. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait. He's got a lineup.
We got a lineup. Yeah, Ken, you ever stop to think that maybe people don't want to hear your banter bullshit? Maybe just leave him alone? And then look how close Ken gets and encroaches upon that gentleman's space. He gets like right up next to him as if he's almost touching him while he's secretly filming without the person knowing. And, oh, and then, you know, the guy's nice enough to hold the door open for Ken. Meanwhile, he's been waiting there longer and, you know, should have been nice to let him go. Oh, but then he holds the second door and lets them go. Like, fuck off, Ken.
Oh, thank you. After you guys. Look at this thing. The old radiator heaters still working. Nice. This place. Very cool. Got all of our little jams and things.
He right away sits at the table and is compelled to pick up the bowl with the, you know, the sugar packets and the sweeteners and the jam and that to look at it, even though he knows that it's stuff that he's not gonna be able to use. Like, why do you gotta touch stuff, Ken? You have to touch everything to leave your scummy germs all over everything.
Hello. Are you on your own today? Are you waiting?
I'm just on my own, thank you.
Are you having anything to drink?
Coffee would be amazing, thank you.
Cream or milk?
Neither. I'm just gonna go black today.
Yeah, I'm just waiting
For sure. Riverview. Just outside of Bradford. Breakfast menu.
They got breakfast and then pancakes, more breakfast, Belgian waffles, sandwiches, sides, beverages. Thank you. They have steak and eggs, grilled to perfection, eh? Churro sausage and eggs. Spice up your morning with 2 4-ounce Mexican-style chorizo sausages. Let's do that. I haven't seen that on a menu. It's awesome. Chorizo, sausage, and eggs. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do your chorizo sausage and eggs.
It is chorizo, not chorizo, Ken. You can't get anything right ever.
How many eggs do you do?
3.
3 okay. Up,
Sunny?
sunny side up.
Right.
And
Chorizo sunny, white or brown toast?
I don't want any carbs or any
No potatoes?
vegetables, no potatoes.
Okay. So just the eggs and
Just the eggs and
chorizo.
chorizo. Thank you very much.
So sunny?
Yes.
Are you sure sunny?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sunny.
What, do you prefer over or?
No, just when you're not having any toast or
I know, I eat the whole yolk.
It's so annoying that Ken is like somewhat passive aggressive there, and you know, she's being nice and, you know, making sure that he's ordering, you know, correctly, I guess. Because her reasoning was that he's not getting any toast, so having a runny yolk might be wasted, and he's just so damn dismissive. It's, you know, like, it's cringe. And then he does his fake laugh to make it seem like he's being nice and homely, when in fact it's what he usually does when he's being, you know, a negative dipshit. Oh, and I just can't stand that he does that.
Thank you. Oh, she wasn't kidding. Ooh, super hot. Good though. So she can't understand why I'd want sunny side eggs without toast, so you can mop it up. I agree, but I eat all the white around the yolk. In goes the yolk.
See, now there's the passive-aggressive Ken. Waits until she's out of earshot, and then he quietly whispers into the camera his reasoning. You know, he didn't mention to her that he's doing carnivore. He just said that I don't want any carbs, so no toast, no vegetables. You know, so how the fuck is she supposed to know that that's what you're doing, Ken? You usually talk it up. and say, you know, I'm doing carnivore, and so I can't have this stuff because I'm Ken Domik, and I'm just like a freaking moron doing another fad diet where I'm not really gonna lose any weight because next month I'm just gonna eat like the fat pig I am. And yep, the yolk is gonna go right into the joke.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, going in for the extreme close-up of these 3 Sunnyside eggs and chorizo sausage.
He clearly must have heard the employee say chorizo correctly and realized, oh fuck, I said it wrong, so I better say it right or I'm gonna get nailed for it.
Look at those, grilled to perfection. Unfortunately, I won't be eating those. And we got 3 eggs. Definitely put some salt and pepper on those. That smells amazing.
All right, a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Let's eat. Sausage smells amazing. This is what we used in one of my winter camping things. Definitely spicy. Really spicy. Wow. The way he grilled it was kind of cool. Very salty. Let me know in the comments below if you love chorizo sausage.
I take that back. Chorizo. Nope. Chorizo, Ken. You don't know how to say it. I gave you the benefit of the doubt the second time around when you actually did it what sounded correctly to me, but nope. Still a moron. This is probably the guy that instead of saying Chipotle says Chipotle.
Again, I like cutting around my yolk.
Did you just fall off something or
Sticking my fork under it like a shovel. No mess. A little bit of egg with the chorizo sausage.
That time it didn't even sound like he put the R in the chorizo. It sounded like he said with the chorizo sausage.
Red alert.
Alert! Alert! We have a regurgitated projectile. Alert! Alert!
Little combo action happening. Technically eating that chicken last night, I shouldn't be eating for the next 2 days.
What does Ken care? He's not really in this for the weight loss. He's in it for as much money as he can make. He's already said that he's dropping it the second that February the 1st rolls around because he can see that it's costing him so much money because he's going to super expensive places rather than being frugal about it. And then he, you know, is going to find the next fad because these videos weren't getting the views to make it worth his while.
That was a lot of food. It's good with the egg mixed together. A whole yolk and chorizo sausage.
What kind of whiskey do you drink?
That's a lot hotter than I thought it was going to be.
A little bit of egg. A nice big chunk of sausage over here. That looks awesome. My stomach is going to be churning with the spices.
I'm sure everyone watching this has their stomachs churning, but it's because we have to watch you cringily and disgustingly eat a meal.
Dina's CQP disability? So you look at it too.
Yeah. No one knows
You think so?
Yeah. No, I tell you something. When's the last time I went to Florida?
Last bite.
It's all good. Do your magic.
That was hotter than I thought. I'm like, yeah, that's, and without all the extra stuff, just eating sausage. Tip, can I do a percent or?
No, it's actual dollar value. Thank you.
What's 20% of that? Let's go 5.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You can totally hear it in the, the server's voice that she doesn't want to make small talk with Ken. Like, he's trying his hardest to get a conversation going and, play up, oh, it was so spicy! Kind of like with his, Mary, what have you done to me, Mary? From years ago. Meanwhile, he had that same sandwich years prior to that and was completely fine. So, the other thing I wanted to mention here was the tip. Oh, you can't do percentage? Well, what's 20% of 17 and change? Let's just go 5. Like, $5 is not a terrible tip, but, he's just being fucking cheap. For a guy that makes more money and has a wife that's loaded now, he can't give, like $10 or, even $20 to be, super generous. Like, Ken's never going to be one of those viral tippers that you see where they go in and they leave like $100 or $1,000. I mean, Ken could never afford to do the 1,000, but he could easily afford $100 because he's gonna write it off.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too. Bye. Ooh, really foggy. So, a word of advice, don't have chorizo and eggs when you can't have the home fries and the toast to kind of break it up a little bit, because just eating chorizo sausage first thing in the morning, it's a little hard on the stomach. Woohoo! It tasted great, but it would be nice to have mixed it up with the egg yolks and the home fries and things like that.
You just made yourself nonsensical there, Ken. You had the egg yolks that could have broke it up, but guess what? Instead of dipping it in it, you ate them in one bite. So that 3 bites of sausage later, and the egg yolk's gone. Like instead of just shoveling the biggest pieces of food that you can into your mouth, how about you eat like a normal person instead of a fucking pig?
Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm got the next one all planned, ready to go. So thank you very much for hanging out with me on the Costco eating a whole chicken video, and a little side trip down here to the Riverview and having a little breakfast. First time in this building. I've been passing this building since 1994, and this is the first time I've been in here. I like it. I'll definitely be coming back.
Notice how it took him a second to figure, okay, it's 2024, so I said that it's been over 30 years that I've been doing this, that I've wanted to try this restaurant, so, 2024 minus 30, 1994. I've been driving past this since 1994, people, and I've never been in, but I'm definitely going to be back. No, he's not. Ken's never going back to that place. He'll say that he's gone back, but you'll never see it on another video, because it's not a McDonald's, it's not a Wendy's, it's not a KFC or a Tim Hortons. It's not a chain restaurant, and we all know that Ken prefers the chain restaurants over a mom and pop establishment where the money would be much more appreciated. And yeah, Ken's just a low life in these situations. Like he says that he's always getting compliments for how he is such a boon to small business owners in the restaurant industry. He's not. He goes there once, maybe twice, and usually it's if he's asked back and he's gonna get like free food out of it, like the talk of the town situation. But yeah, Ken could care less about these small family-run establishments. I'm sure that when he got home and realized that certain segments of his video he was drowned out and you could barely hear what he was saying over the other patrons, that he was pissed off about it. But I'm surprised that I'd be surprised rather if we don't get some sort of reaction to that in one of his vlog videos where he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I just couldn't help the noise levels. Like, I hope he could understand me in his usual passive-aggressive nature."
I just want to thank every single one of you guys for watching my videos, leaving those amazing comments, hitting those thumbs up. You guys are amazing. I'd also like to thank my channel members for all their monthly support.
Oh yeah, you really appreciate them. You promised that you will do a weekly live show for your channel members, and yeah, that's a thing of the past. You just don't have time for it anymore. You never make it up to them. So what's the point of these people giving you their hard-earned money to allow you to be the shitty grifter that you are? You are nothing but a grifter. Conning people out of their money to enriching yourself. Like, have some fucking shame.
And my supporters over on Patreon, you guys rock. But if you want to show your support for me, doing this video just for you.
Problem is, this video is not just for your, your audience. It's for you. Like, just be honest about it. It is all for you. No one that watches your videos gets anything out of it. Oh yeah, they're bored to death for, like, what, 45 minutes? Something like that in your longer videos. Your vlog videos, people are bored to death for 15, 20 minutes. And you make money off of it. And you're constantly groaning about, oh, I have this bill to pay and now Rusty's dying, but I don't want him to die, so I'm going to keep putting money into him because I haven't got my worth out of him yet. He can't go yet until I make $1 million or whatever the hell you want to make. Like, frig, Ken. It's never enough with you.
Hit it with a thumbs up, ding, 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 ding. But if you're still hungry for more, check out that playlist I put down over there, and we'll see you over there. Bring your hunger.
What a doofus. He still thinks that the "bring your hunger" is a catchphrase that's caught on, and it hasn't. The funny thing is, you see all these other larger YouTubers that have managed to create a personality for themselves that have some curated and interesting catchphrases that you can immediately, say, oh, it was that YouTuber that did it. Like, again, I use Philip DeFranco all the time, but he has so many interesting things that he's brought to the table for himself, and he has a rather extensive line of merchandise now that is top quality for, I guess, decent prices. But Ken tried that with, like, Teespring or whatever years and years and years ago. I don't know whether he still has that storefront up, but I'm sure that he got probably less than 100 orders over the years for something. Like, Ken wishes he had everything that all these other larger YouTubers that actually care about their members have, but he just doesn't put the effort in, and he doesn't have the likability factor. Instead, he pretends that he is a lot lizard sleeping in parking lots for 24 hours to eat, in most cases, crappy food, and overindulge, and that's why he packs on the weight, and that's why he looks so unhealthy, is out of breath just from sitting and driving, and, he's just refusing to call it a career. I mean, I'm using the word career very loosely there. Instead, we get to see a 57-year-old man sit in the back of a Sprinter truck that his wife bought and that he's ruined, and eat a 2-pound chicken, and then pretend that he slept there all night, while he then gets up, goes and has breakfast, and then kind of complains about that. Oh, well, if you're ever going to get chorizo, make sure that you can do it when you can eat all the home fries and the toast and that, because it's going to be rough on your stomach. Well, it's probably rough on your stomach because you're ruining your body with all the crap that you're eating. At any rate, I will end my ranting because I clearly had a lot to say yet again. I know I'm trying to curb that enthusiasm that I have and all that pent up frustration with Ken, but the problem is he just gives you so much to work with, and once you get going, it's kind of hard to stop. Again, another horrible video. You just can't you can't give him any real credit because there's nothing worthwhile to the videos. They're just so lazy these days. It's just like the most asinine footage, and who gives a shit about him sitting in his truck eating a chicken? Anyways, I can't wait to see what comes after the carnivore diet. I'm betting that we're going to see him considering Ozempic or Wegovy at some point this year, because that seems like something that's right up his alley. And he's not going to listen to the medical advice of his, so-called doctor. So what the hell does he care? If the doctor says no to that, he'll just find another doctor. I just want to thank everybody for coming to yet another video and showing your support by hitting that like button, subscribing if you haven't subscribed, and hopefully we can get the channel back on track sooner rather than later, because the one thing that really peeves Ken is when he sees one of the channels that is not one of his supporters gets monetized. That previously happened, but due to the changes and not having any videos put up for a while, I lost it, so I have to reapply. But thankfully, all I'm going to need is some view hours, and we're good to go again. So until next time, this is KDDE signing out. Have a good one.